What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Veteran Sports Cards, or welcome in if this is your first time checking us out. Today we've got another SGC grade reveal, and this is going to be a 20 card order that just has a few Jayden Daniels and Bo Nix. I think those are the only two players that I submitted, so it'll be a pretty quick video today. Not expecting too much. There weren't any huge cards or anything, just ones that I thought might look better in the Tux than in a PSA slab, because we all know the values of the PSA slab a little bit higher than SGC for some reason. I personally love the way vintage cards look in SGC, but as I said, these are Jayden Daniels and Bo Nix, so we're not getting vintage today, So let's get right into it and see how they treated us. Take that order form out. There's the back. Rubber bands out the way. All right, so this here, I don't like these sleeves they put them in, so I'll just take it out. This is a Bo Nix Prismatic, and I gotta be honest, I don't really know how well I checked on these cards. Knowing they're going to SGC, I probably wasn't expecting too much, so I didn't pay as close attention to all the details as I normally do, admittedly, but still hoping for the best. So let's see. Yeah, so we got an 8.5 on this one. Not real sure why, but I didn't go through the, I think saw some light scratches. I didn't really go through the same process that I go through most of the time. I kind of rushed this out. It was only with SGC for about a month, so they're by far quicker than PSA. But yeah, started off with 8.5. We'll start off bumping the camera. Here is a Bo Nix Bomb Squad. And we get a 10 on that one. That's awesome. So with the white borders, I know there's orange in the top left, bottom right, but with the white borders, it just looks really good in this slab, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. We got another Bo Nix. This is the Score Potential. We get another 10. I mean, even in a 10, these aren't worth much, so I'm not like, yes, a 10, but, I like 10s. This is just the score base. Once again, got a 10. The white borders, I really do like the way they look. Even though there's not a ton of value, the eye appeal is pretty good. So this is just a base Donruss Bo Nix. Like I said, I didn't send any crazy cards to SGC. I sent anything that I thought had value, any prisms or hollow, all the optic and all that. Those all went to PSA. These are just, like I said, cards I thought would look good in SGC slab. And they look really good with 10s at the top of the SGC slab. So got started off rough, but picking up the pace. Not mad about it. Here is Jayden Daniels' Absolute Buy Storm. And, you know, it's definitely not one that I'd want to pay PSA prices to get graded, but SGC is a lot more reasonable. Figured what the hell, got a 9.5. Not too bad. Here's a Don Russ Rated Rookie Throwback, Jayden Daniels, and it also got a 9.5. This one's just going to be a base mosaic. Jayden Daniels. I think the rest of them actually are Jayden Daniels. So here's a 9.5. So not too bad. Got the White Hot Rookies. Another 9.5. I'm leaving room right here for some 9s, but hopefully I don't get any and I have to use that real estate. This is just a base prism, Jayden Daniels, and 8.5. Well, you know, I would have preferred a 9 there to use up the space, but that's all right. This one was really cool. I got this in a Whatnot stream, and the guy was like, before he, you know, pulled it in front of the camera, he was like, all right, guys, I got a really big card, a huge card. There's this huge card. And it was this mini. So, pretty funny. Got it for like $3 or something like that. So, it was huge. And we got a 9.5. So, that's pretty nice. I really like the way those minis look in the SGC slabs, too. This is excuse me, this is a 89 score throwback Jayden Daniels, and it got a 10. Nice. Let's let the 10s begin. This is a score potential 9.5. I thought we were gonna get on a roll with the 10s like we did with Bo. This is just absolute base. And we got a 10. Love it. This is Prism Draft Picks. I submitted 3 of these. That one's got black something or another on the card. That's not on the case. That wasn't on the card when I sent it in. Maybe that's just a fuzzy or something inside. That's unfortunate. Well, it got a 10, so obviously that is not affecting too much. Cool, I'll take it. Here is number 2 of 3. And I think they all looked pretty identical, so hopefully they all 3 get 10s. I would not be upset if they did. Here's the 3rd one, and it's a 9.5. Okay, well, can't win them all. What is that? Oh, just a little fuzzy on the case. Yeah. Here is, well, I submitted 2. One is a green prism notoriety, and the other is just a regular notoriety, no prism. Let's see which one this is. This is the green, and it got a 10. Love it. This must be the regular, and it is. And it also got a 10. Like in this submission, here is another bag. Get rid of that. This is a Topps Chrome Future Stars No, I'm sorry. This is an all etched. Sorry, the all etched. It's not a refractor. It's not the lasers or anything. It's just the regular base all etch. And it got a 10. Awesome. Well, that, I guess I didn't need the space for the 9, so I'll scooch these 8.5s over. So I got some 10s. How many were that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 11 10s. So greater than 50%. Do we still call it gem, right? Yeah, it's gems, right? GM. We'll still call it a gem. So greater than 50% gem rate, I'll take that every single day. Like I said, this was just a real quick 20 card SGC, only Jayden Daniels and Bo Nix. I've got a couple more orders out with SGC. One of them was mostly part of a set of 1982 and 1983 Big League collectibles or Big League Classic, something like that, Diamond Classics. And those should be coming in relatively soon. Another order had a bunch of vintage football cards. And so, like I said, with SGC, I really like the way vintage cards look in the slabs. And so I try to submit any vintage cards that I have to SGC, whether or not I'm planning on keeping them in my PC or selling them. I just like the way they look, so I send them. I know, like I said, the value is a little bit higher with the PSA slab, but I like the way the stuff looks, so I'll keep doing that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you feel like it, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.